Welcome to another episode of Complete Geek TV. Today's review,
Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
It's time to get geek.
Before we start this review, we just want to let you know that we will be giving away a Streets of Rage 4 limited edition by Limited Run. That is the physical copy of the game with all the special goodies.
Yep.
That will go to one of our subscribers once we hit 500 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button, and tell your friends.
Tell people you don't know. Just go around. Just
send
flyers,
it to them all.
flyers.
Just do it. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Well, what do you think?
I'm game.
But
It'll be fine. We've got a bodyguard, don't forget. Mine. Right?
Ghosts aren't my thing.
you're just being modest. After you.
Mind letting me go then?
And we should have had this posted already, but hey,
We took our time enjoying the game.
we did.
We didn't want to do a rush through of the game and review it. We wanted to experience the game.
2 playthroughs, actually. So
Yeah, we both played through. Or did you play through?
I'm
full times?
on chapter 10 on a second playthrough.
Oh, okay. So you've played it and then played some more.
Yes.
I took a different approach. I played it and then replayed the original up until
The Midgar ending,
yeah, or close to it. I'm not quite there, but pretty much what's in the remake I played of the original.
You had fun playing. Yeah.
I did. I really liked the original. I almost liked the original more
After
playing the
Cool.
remake. It was almost like seeing the old school graphics almost didn't matter at all, because in my mind I was seeing the new graphics like as I was playing.
I bet
in
it
a weird
actually
way.
helps too that whenever you actually hear voice actors now,
Yes.
now it's like you can hear those
Yes,
people when
exactly.
you're reading.
Ah, he lives. Finally awake, are we?
So first we wanted to discuss about just what we liked about the game. For me, which the big thing I think overall, which I really enjoyed just the characters a lot, which I do in the original as well, but the voice acting is like spot on to me.
Yeah.
It's so good. Gameplay is a blast. I really enjoy the combat system, and I think the game looks beautiful. It's weird. Like sometimes it's like the prettiest thing I've ever seen in a game, but then sometimes I'm like, wow, this door looks like it's straight out of PS2.
It was like they really focused on some things, like
Yep.
like you said, like some parts of the world they wanted to look beautiful. Certain faces look incredible, but then there's others like some of the non-playable characters or just the people in the city. Sometimes you walk by. There
Yeah.
were a few times where I
Hey!
stopped for a second. Yeah, and then, but
How are you?
I don't think it really took away from the game.
Yeah.
I would rather have the game than wait another 10 years to
That's
play
true
it.
for them to do that, but yeah, just one little nitpick. But like I said, some stuff it looks
Honestly,
incredible.
that's-
Most screenshots I've taken in a game, I feel like. So
I feel like that's the only nitpick I can really think of, and that's also one I don't really care about. I definitely liked a lot of the dialogue and like the overall story. It was very
it.
fun. Yes.
no, it's
I know,
good.
nailed it.
Yep.
If you don't know, play the game if you don't know what we're talking about there.
Mm-hmm.
It had a very like kind of dark, interesting story, but was still very, very fun and lighthearted at times too. Like it did a good blend of both, and I feel like a lot of games struggle with trying to do both, if they're trying to do both. Obviously there's games that aren't trying to be funny
Yeah.
and like a super dark story either, but I feel like this actually did a great job of that.
It's just so good. The characters are like all so likable that it's even like the Cloud decisions, it's hard to know. And by the way, I want to point this out too, that there actually is kind of a similar thing like the first one, where I wouldn't really, kind of like a point system, depending on what you say is going to give you different scenes sometimes with characters. So there's a part, depending on what you do, that'll give you a different scene with Aerith, Tifa, or Barrett. So just wanted to bring that up. So there is kind of different stuff just based on what you say will affect certain things.
In my playthrough, most of the choices I picked seemed to favor Tifa.
Very hard. That was a hard choice.
It was a hard choice, yes.
Yeah.
But, and part of the game, I got a scene with Tifa that apparently if I had not picked the choices I did, that scene would not have shown up. But if I had picked certain dialogue choices with Aerith, a scene with Aerith would have
That's
shown
what's
up
kind of cool,
instead.
though. That's why I think there's some pretty good replayability there. And I do think it's awesome because after you beat it, you can actually pick which chapters to go back into. And it'll, even if you go, let's say, to chapter 6, it'll actually save all that other stuff that you already did. You still have all your weapons and everything. But then chapter 6, it's like you're starting a fresh chapter 6 on there.
As far as gameplay goes, I thought the combat system was incredible. I loved it.
It was fun.
I think I said this in our last video when we had played, like, we had both played, like, a little bit of it, that it felt very Kingdom Hearts, only Cloud couldn't jump, which he kind of could. I found out later that if there was like an enemy in the air and you started
like
attacking, he'd like fly up to them. But it wasn't like Sora who will fly around in Kingdom Hearts. But I didn't really mind that. Like, it didn't need to be exactly like Kingdom Hearts.
I can understand why it might annoy somebody.
Yeah,
but it didn't bother.
If you had just played.
Yeah.
But no, I thought the battle system was awesome. I loved the blend between turn-based and action because I thought that was a really cool idea to make it action where the more you attack something, like your ATB gauge fills up, and then you can do a spell or use an item or a limit break or something like. Which I thought that was actually very, very cool.
I thought they did a good job too, as far as the weapons, to where you know, they almost make the weapons to where it can kind of change the character how you want them to, like whether they're more, you know, strength based or on just physical attacks or magic or.
I know, like you
or
said,
in between.
You said when you played, you had Aerith
really good at magic.
Where like she had fire, wind, lightning, ice, and all this stuff. And what's funny was in my playthrough, Aerith, I think only had wind or something.
And then just put it all on Cloud.
Yeah, I had Cloud do most of my spells. I think just because I knew Cloud was going to be in the party 100%.
Yeah, gotcha.
Which kind of isn't true. There are times where it splits up the party and you play as other characters, which I didn't know. I wasn't expecting that, actually. So it is good to kind of balance them a little bit.
And on the weapons, like each one has a specific skill. So if you hold on to that weapon for a little while, you'll learn that skill, and then you can go back to another weapon, but keep that skill. So it's kind of smart. They make it so you almost try every weapon and keep the skill, and then you can build on whatever you like. But it's pretty neat. So a couple things I think people may not like is the fact that they may feel like some of the missions drag on, but I really don't think they're that long. And to me, it kind of felt like I was just doing Cloud's job. Like he's being a mercenary doing these things. A couple things too. I think the ending's going to be pretty controversial just because, once again, it doesn't bother me. It kind of just depends on how they pull everything together. But I can understand why some people may not like it. It was cool.
I thought it was cool. If you played the original, I don't think this is too much. I don't know. I wouldn't consider this a spoiler. Let's just say if you've played the original, the ending makes it seem as though the story may change from the original, like as they go from this game on. I don't know exactly how it, like, we don't know exactly what it's gonna do. So I don't know. Maybe it's left up to maybe it's gonna be based on choices. Maybe he's saying
make it seem like you can change things, which
and maybe
I would think it'd be cool if you had choices to or not.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe it's gonna be like, all right, well, if you stick to what happened in the original game, it will play out the same way. If you do this and this and this, things could change.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll drastically change things because it's such a
no, there's too many iconic parts that they want to. That I just feel like the gold saucer, for instance. I will say this too. When you first play the original, you just hear mentions of Sephiroth. In this, you see glimpses of him, which is really cool.
I mean, you see him from
for
the
somebody
very
that's
beginning.
never played or knows anything, you'd be confused, like, who the heck is Sephiroth, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I said,
after this game,
I hadn't played the original before I started.
But you knew some of the stuff in the game,
just because the game's like what, so 30 iconic. Years old now, or 20 years old or something.
Yeah.
And
they may have made it that way, just knowing, okay, most people probably already, who knows? I don't know, but
yeah. Before playing this, I'd only played a few hours of the original game, and when it started off, I mean, Sephiroth's within like the first hour of the remake. Like, he shows up and says things to Cloud, and and I was a little confused. I was like, I don't remember any of this in the original. Like, at least not at this point. Which it all kind of makes sense later on, but we won't spoil that. But I mean, I think they did a great job. If you're watching this wondering, should I get the game? I'd say get it, because it's pretty awesome.
We had a lot of fun.
You'll enjoy it.
Like I said, the characters still feel exactly like the original characters, and to me, it feels like their voices are as I've always heard them.
Yes.
It's hard to explain, but I think the voice acting it shows is incredible.
Yeah, I thought they all did a great job.
Yeah.
Like,
but
everything...
just from a character development to all the characters, the gameplay, that's kind of what I enjoyed the most on there. But pretty much covers it, honestly. I mean, we really liked it, and looking forward to the next one, of course. Hopefully it's not 5 years.
I really hope it's not.
I'd like to not be like 60 years old by the time I'm like...
I'm going to hope they do kind of like what Capcom did with Resident Evil, where they released Resident Evil 2 Remake, and then they were like, guess what?
Same engine. I know,
Resident Evil 3's here too. So let's just hope it's just within like a year or so.
Hopefully they pull it all together in a good way, but...
Yeah,
we enjoyed it. Like I said, it's hard to know how it's all going to be finished, but yeah.
So
we really
go get the game. Play it if you have not, because it is good.
All right, guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have more reviews to come.
We are Complete Geek TV, so please comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell button, because that helps us out a lot.
Yes, definitely. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See ya.